You're in the mix.
SKM presents Strictly for the Music Podcast. You are now live with the #1 podcast for all upcoming artists worldwide.
It's the real
deal. Strictly for the Music Podcast, a platform for all upcoming artists of all genres. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we got a special guest in the building. Debut album, Operations, collaborations with top artists on Bandlab such as Finaleyez, Eyerap, Mystery, DA on the Beat. Second album, Celestial Conscience. Third album, Moments and Memories, collective artists born, called Righteous Rebels. First collective, Righteous Rebels Revolution. Dropping the same day, good vibrations within a year. 4 albums, 4 EPs, numerous singles. 2022 Solar Vision. Ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, Manifest Intent.
Blessings, everybody. Send love all your way. I appreciate the opportunity, SKN. You know what I mean?
Most definitely, man. But I'm gonna say first and foremost, man, thank you for coming through, man. And man, we got a whole ground to cover, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the body of work that you've done within a year, man. I want to go from the beginning, man. What influenced you? What got you inspired to start making your own music, man?
I mean, I've always been a writer since I grew up. You know what I mean? I've always had my face in the notebook, you know, pen and pad, always writing my thoughts, whether it was like, you know, short stories, poems, like just getting myself to be able to express myself. You know what I mean? It wasn't until I was probably like, you know, in high school, I was going through a lot of, you know, financial struggles. You know, I was living in the streets and stuff trying to graduate. So I pretty much would just be freestyling, you know, with my poems I'd be writing and whatnot. Before I knew it, it kind of clicked as not only a hobby that I could be doing therapeutically to help myself express and, you know, not let my thoughts be bottled up, but as well as I could help influence, you know, my thoughts and experiences to help influence others, you know, within their journey.
So what kind of music did you grow up listening to, man?
I mean, honestly, when I first grew up, I actually was never introduced to hip hop or rap or any of that. You know, I actually grew up with like, you know, heavy metal, you know, hardcore rap. Which kind of like gives a little bit of the insight to why I kind of have that like intense East Coast energy within my vocals. But with that being said, it definitely showed like kind of like you know, being grown up within like that dark type of energy. And then it wasn't until I got older that I started seeing, you know, hip hop and rap and, you know, R&B and soul, where I started finding like, you know, light within music, within like, you know, messages and lyrics. So I started really vibing with it, you know, switched up that genre of, you know, enjoyment. And yeah, before I knew it, you know, I was really getting influenced by hip hop and rap.
Yeah, man, that's dope, man. So were you doing music and making your own music before Bandlab?
Yeah. So I mean, when I first like got into music, I was kind of just messing around as a hobby, you know, doing type beat type freestyles. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea about production or songwriting or anything like that. I wasn't even trying to make it as a career or even like a real like career choice. But yeah, when I first did my first album, Operation Manifest Intent, that's when I first really started. And that was before Bandlab. That was back in, I want to say, 2019, 2020, something like that. Yeah, so like I started that actually on my laptop. I still didn't have much idea about production, like how to actually do the producing. But I always knew how to, you know, like I said, do the recording on, you know, tight beats and whatnot. So I got the kind of, you know, gist of how to do the preparation within the vocals. But yeah, so long story short, when I did my first album, I did that all off my laptop using Logic and Pro Tools. And then it wasn't until about a year later when I stopped making music that I got into Bandlab. That was last year. And then once I got into Bandlab, man, I shit you not, I didn't stop creating for that whole year. I just kept going.
Dope. All right, man. So what was your childhood like, man? What was it like growing up, man?
Shit. I mean, I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm blessed. I'm alive. You know, I'm not going to say I had the worst situation. But at the same time, you know, I didn't ever get no handouts. You know what I'm saying? I had to struggle and grind every step of the way to make sure, like, you know, I had what I had. And, you know, it definitely molded me. You know, I didn't be able to have the childhood I definitely wanted or definitely deserved. But at the same time, it molded me into the man and matured me to the person I am now. that without that, I definitely wouldn't be in the position I am now and influence the position I am to be able to, make the moves and make the decisions I make. So at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. And, I just learn from my lessons, I apply them, and I make sure every step I have is, progressed.
Nope, dog. Nope, man. All right, man. So, what made you want to make your own music, man? Like, you said you were doing storytelling, you were writing short stories, man. How did that get you into writing, man? Like, making your own music, man? Like, what triggered that?
Well, I always knew I had a gift with writing. You know what I mean? Like, writing's always been one of those gifts I've always been able to utilize my whole life. I didn't really ever think about, mixing it with music until I was older. Like I said, I was in high school, so I was like, dealing with a lot of financial situations. I was out in the streets, just trying to get by, trying to, make a situation for myself. And long story short is, I had to use it for like therapy in a sense. You know what I'm saying? To help, guide me through my own thoughts and navigate through my decisions, so that way I didn't feel, overwhelmed with life. And just be able to do that, I'll be able to see how much it helped influence myself. And I mean, I wasn't even, like I said, I wasn't even trying to do it as like, a career or even professionally. I was just, having fun with it.
Yeah.
But I was able to see that my messages was actually helping those people around me. And then not only just within my words, but, I actually had a flow with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually was showing like, oh, okay, there's some potential there. So within that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this to the next step, to the next level. And it wasn't until I actually started taking it seriously when I found out I was going to have a baby girl. Once I found out that my baby mama was pregnant, I was like, shit, you know what I mean? Like, I got to do something. I got to put food on the table. So at the end of the day, besides the hustling and the grinding, I was like, I'm going to make some music and see what happens. And that's when I got blessed. I actually hit up Aaron Rose through Pro Era. And pretty much I hit him up about getting a collaboration, getting some beats from him. And that's when I created the first album, Operation Manifest Intent. And long story short, it all worked out. And I decided to really take it even more serious once I got onto Bandlab, because that's when I started networking and really starting to work with other producers who were really trying to hit me to the game of like, the producing, the production, trying to mix and master, getting everything to that perfect sound, perfect quality. And I mean, shit, if it wasn't for that whole last year on Bandlab, I definitely wouldn't be able to have the progression and the position I'm in now. That, I mean, personally, I'm proud of like, the growth and the journey I've had so far. And this is just the beginning, man. Like, this is only the last year or two. So seeing how much has already happened, I mean, I'm very looking forward to see what happens.
What separates you from other artists, man?
I mean, I ain't gonna say any other artists don't have any other uniqueness. At the end of the day, everyone's unique. Everyone has their own style, has their own, whatever it is, they have their own thing they can bring to the table at the end of the day. So for me personally, I feel like I keep it real from my own experiences, and not only do I feel like my experiences can help resonate with other people who've been through some of those struggles or some of those experiences, trying to navigate through their mind and trying to navigate through just real life situations where they feel lost. I feel like I keep it real. I keep it blunt and honest, but at the same time, I pack my message so much with so much information and knowledge that within my music, it's one of those musics that you got to listen to it over and over again to keep getting all those messages. Because I promise you, every time you listen to a track, you're going to hear something new, or you're going to, hear a new message that you didn't hear the first time. You're like, oh, shit, I fucks with that. Yeah. So, I mean, personally, that's what I feel like I bring to the table that not many artists do. They don't put in that abundance of information that people can keep going back to for more information or even just to touch back up on, that information.
All right, man. So I need to ask you this, man. Aaron Rose, man. How did you link up with him? And how did you get him to produce album Operation, man?
So I actually hit him up through Twitter. I was seeing he was looking for collaborations, and I said, fuck it. If he's looking for someone, I might as well just shoot through with, a quick feature. And long story short, we broke bread. We ended up doing a collaboration, and I was looking for beats. And at that time, like I wasn't really doing much investigation on where I could buy beats or where I could find some. So I asked him, I was like, hey, yo, you got some beats I can purchase from you? And he already had like a couple beat packs he had from some other producers. So I pretty much just bought a beat pack from him, bought the feature, and then that's when I created the whole album. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I've
man.
always had a passion and you know, inspiration through Pro Era, Joey Badass, that whole movement within the East Coast and that New York underground rap. Like I've always been influenced to that, especially when I got into rap and hip hop. So being able to have that opportunity definitely helped motivate me and inspire me to take my music to the next level. So shout out to Aaron Rose for helping me out with that.
What year was that?
That was 2019. I actually hit him up, but I didn't release the album to 2020.
Okay. Is that album on all streaming platforms? Like, can anyone just go on Spotify, look you up, and it pops right up, or what?
All right, so you can find it on all platforms. The only issue is when I first did it, I put it underneath my legal name, which is Noah. And the issue between that is I didn't put it underneath my artist name, which is Manifest Intent. So it kind of scrambles my actual, project within a whole bunch of other people's projects. So it can be somewhat difficult to find sometimes.
Okay. All right.
But you can find it. Like, don't get me wrong. You look up Operation Manifest Intent, you're going to find it. You know what I'm saying?
So my next question, man, is do you have hard copies of this album? Can people DM you directly on Instagram and get the album, or how does all that work, man?
So all of my stuff right now is currently digital. My distributor is mainly just putting everything out digitally at the moment. I am looking to get another distributor so that way I can start making some hard copies. I already got a networking with a merchandise creator as well. So I definitely see within the coming year there's going to be merch coming out as well.
All right, man. So, all streaming platforms, we got Operation. So, that's something we're gonna have to link that in the description down below for all the viewers that want to view it. You already know, man. All right, man. So, let me ask you this, man. Second album, where did this come from? How did it come upon? And what was the thinking process of making this album, man?
All right, so my second album, Celestial Conscious, what happened pretty much is, like I said, I got on Bandlab last year. I started linking up and networking with other artists that I've seen was really kind of, creating waves and also being on the same kind of wavelength of, what I be spitting about, that conscious rap, that, mindful awareness, what I'm saying, mental health awareness. So, long story short, I linked up with Finaleyez. He actually was one of the biggest influences to help me find a lot of artists on Bandlab. Because when I got on Bandlab, I was just creating. I wasn't even using the other half of the platform, the social platform. I was just using, the DAW, using Cakewalk. Yeah. But once I started messing with all these other artists, making collaborations with them, I actually Finaleyez introduced me to DA on the beat, who is definitely one of my biggest producers I've been using throughout my whole journey. So shout out to DA on the beat. Appreciate you, homie. But yeah, so Finaleyez linked me up with DA, and then we've been doing a whole bunch of different collaborations, and I was already at a certain point where, like, I was already going through a certain, like, internal journey within myself, and that's why it's called Celestial Conscious, because it's like, I feel like I'm journeying through my own, cosmic conscious. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to find, like, within myself, like, where am I actually located? What's really going on right now, So it was definitely breaking through a lot of layers within perception. Okay. And that's more of the theory or the theme of the actual project. But yeah, so long story short is I linked up with Final. I had a whole bunch of different artists come through, collaborated. These artists also actually on the record label we creating, Righteous Rebels. So before we get into that though, that's later on, bro. You already know. But yeah, so long story short, we got that all together. DA had a whole bunch of different beats, threw them all together. We had the collaborations, and before I knew it, a couple months in, within already being on Bandlab, I had my first album done on Bandlab, which was actually my second album. But yeah, that shit actually happened pretty dope, bro. And I appreciate DA coming through with that. I appreciate Finaleyez for helping me network and kind of being an AR in a situation for finding these other artists.
Yo, bro, man, DA on the beat, got Finaleyez, linking the links together. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him, man. Yeah. And man, bro, to be working with DA on the beat, man, what's that like, man? Like,
I mean, honestly, he's kind of like a big brother in a sense. You know what I'm saying? He's an OG. He has a lot of knowledge and wisdom. He keeps it real with a brother. And, I appreciate him because not only are we able to communicate and, actually speak on just like, music aspect, but we can also resonate and appreciate, real life lessons that we've been through. So, I mean, he started to see, what I was spitting about my, lyricism and, just my message. And he could resonate with it in a sense. So, we started linking up, we started making our collaborations. And I mean, I have to say, within most of the other people I've worked with, I feel like DA has been very consistent. You know what I'm saying? This dude be creating beats nonstop. And honestly, I don't remember a time that DA hasn't sent me beats.
Yo, bro. I'm gonna be straight up, dog. I was about to just ask you that too, man. But then I asked you another question. I was gonna say, man, how in the world does this man keep on going? Where's the stop button?
Oh, no. I have no idea, man. This dude, I mean, when I first met him, he already had like a vault of beats, and he kept telling all of us different artists, like, I can't even send more beats in because I got to get all these other ones done that you guys are already working on, So I appreciate DA on the beat. He definitely be coming through with that fire beats, really dope music. Shout out to him. Any artists who want to collaborate with him, definitely hit him up, man. He has some fire beats. Definitely a good person to network with.
Yo, bro, I'm saying, man, like, DA on the beat, man. He's a legend in his own, man. You know what I mean? And
so,
when I first heard of him, man, and he was just like, man, I'm telling you, man, you should see my inbox, man. I save all my messages too, man. So, like, when artists send me music, man, I never delete it. I never delete it because I didn't always want to go back and listen. I'm telling you, man, DA on the beat been on it, man. Like, you know what I mean? If he's not posting stuff in my GMs, he's doing it in the chat, in the group chat. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, definitely a hardworking man. I don't know how he does it, but man, he gets it done. So, man, big ups to him. And it seems like his work gets better. Like, as time progresses, always. Man, I'm saying, man, one of the hardest workers on Bandlab. And for a producer, you know what I mean? There's numerous producers on Bandlab, but man,
I don't think they're as consistent as DAV though. You know what I'm saying? Consistency is key when it comes to me. You know what I mean? I mean, you've seen how I work. I'm very fast paced. I keep going. But he seems like the only person who can actually, not only just keep up with me, but he be running laps around somebody. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. He be doing
man.
That,
let me ask you this, man. Code of Horror, Finalizing Kid Rock. What was it like linking up these two artists on a song, man? Like, what was the process like? Did you guys pre-plan this? Was this preparation, or was it just out of the blue?
Can you actually repeat which track that was, so I couldn't hear that intro?
Code of Horror. Oh no, Code of Honor. My bad.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, you good. Yeah, Code of Honor. That was actually one of the first collaborations I actually did with DA, which was actually kind of dope. So yeah, like I said, I linked up with Final. I met Final through another producer, Jamrock on a beat through Africa.
Man.
And yeah, he's another very underrated producer, man. I look forward to seeing his new work. But yeah, back on the topic, man. Yeah, so I linked up with Final. He introduced me to DA, and at that point, we were already starting to work on the track. And, like you were saying, like DA always be sending us beats saying, all right, get this done. I got another one already ready. So, that right there was already giving us not only the practice and the preparation and the pursuit of wanting to keep progressing, but as well, it showed that like the opportunities were almost endless. You know what I'm saying? So like right there alone, when we created that track, I already see like, wow, this is like some serious potential because not only was it like a great record, but the collaborations meshed so well that like it was just harmonious. So I mean, huge shout out to every single person, Finalized, Kev Rock, DA on the beat. They all came through, they all did their thing, and honestly, I couldn't, ever think of it could be any better. Honestly, I think that came out as good as it could be.
That's dope. Ancient Secrets featuring Mystery.
Yeah, that was a dope collaboration as well. Mystery definitely, finished that track strong, man, because like I said, like that whole album's concept was like really journeying through your own conscious, that subconscious, that higher self, like really trying to navigate around, the mysteries, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, ancient secrets. It was pretty much like that concept of the track was like, there is like little ancient secrets and information that we aren't even told within, society, within the system that you look within yourself, you're going to find those ancient secrets, those, ancient seeds that's been placed down since your ancestors and shit. So you know, Mystery definitely came through on that track and was able to spit that real shit and, you know, resonate on the same vibration that, you know, we were coming through on. So dope track, dope collaboration. Shout out to Mystery. We actually
bro.
have a EP coming out March, I want to say March 12th. That's going to be Quantum Projection. Yeah, we got a nice little chill vibes for y'all, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, bro, you definitely came through on the collaborations, you know what I'm saying? But this next song I'm gonna ask you about, man. Yeah, you got two great MCs, man. DA Manipulator, Eyerap, Finaleyez.
Yeah, man. That was definitely one of the my favorite tracks, honestly, on the album. I have to say, actually, I think that might have been actually the first one. I don't know if it was that one or Code of Honor, but it was one of the other.
Let me ask you this, man. DNA Manipulator, man. What is this title? What can the audience expect from this song, man? Because you know, Taunton Trap, dog. This is getting deep, dog. So you know what I mean. Just give us a full detail.
You want me to break it down? I'll break it down for the audience.
Break it down, bro.
I got you, bro. So DNA Manipulator, right? So the whole concept of it is to understand, like I said previously, like, you know, we're journeying through our own conscious. You know, we're trying to unravel the mysteries and the secrets of our own, you know, mind, our own identity, right? So DNA Manipulator, the concept behind that is being able to say, like, I'm not being manipulated by everything around me on an external level. I'm diving in within myself, and I'm the one who's creating my reality, creating myself. So therefore, I'm being able to manipulate my own DNA. And when you're able to actually, you know, understand the different levels of consciousness, you're able to understand, like, there's different levels of perception. And when you get to a much higher vibration, a higher state of consciousness, you're able to say that you're harmonious within your actual cells, right? Not just yourself, but your cells. You know what I'm saying? And when they're able to have that observation and that awareness, you're able to actually manipulate your own DNA into a state of whatever vibration you wish to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to get too much deeper because, you know, we ain't trying to get canceled right now from the system and the government, bro. But I'll tell you what, man, you start looking deeper than yourself, man, you'll find the mysteries and you'll start solving those problems you've been asking yourself your whole life.
Yo, bro. When did you start getting woke, man?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like using the word woke because I have such a systematic definition, but I'd say I definitely woken up to the I definitely was awakened at a young age. I feel like I already kind of was tapped into it because I definitely had a lot of lucid dreaming. You know, I had a lot of astral projection experiences when I was young. But I didn't think much of it. Astral projection?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you know what lucid dreaming is, right?
Kind of, bro.
I'm gonna give you a little teaching. I'm gonna help the audience too, for all y'all who don't know, right?
Yeah. Hey, educate us, dog.
I got you, bro. So lucid dreaming, right? So everyone understands what dreaming is. You know, you're in your state of imagination or you're in a state of your consciousness of different, you know, memories or experiences you've had all looped together. Lucid dreaming is being able to actually be consciously awake within your dream state and be able to actually create your dream how you want it. Like, you ever seen the movie Inception? You know what I'm saying? So how that girl was creating, you know, how she started seeing the city and shit, like that's kind of lucid dreaming in the kind of sense, you know what I'm saying? If I can put it descriptively. So astral projection, though, is being able to have your, you know, your essence, your spirit, your soul, whatever you want to call it, being able to actually leave your body while still connected to it and being able to travel within, you know, a higher realm of conscious. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you're able to travel like that, you're able to see beyond the veil, see beyond just that physical 3D, 4D reality. You start entering, you know, 5D and above. Astral projection, I highly recommend to anybody who's really trying to, you know, push their psychic abilities past the normal. You know, but be very mindful and aware because, you know, just because, you know, we have this connotation of, you know, being awake or being woke or being conscious or aware doesn't necessarily mean everything's going to be peaceful or, you know, and sunny skies. That actually means you're actually seeing the truth for what it is. And you know, the truth can be scary. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes that shit can really be frightening. But
Okay.
at the
All right.
same time, you're able to really see it for what it is. And, you know, personally, I like being blunt and honest. The truth
Okay.
hurts, but I'd rather tell you, what you need to hear instead of what you want to hear. The
Okay.
system's gonna tell you what you want to hear. You don't want to be listening to the system, to all that, society, all those standards. Like I said, look within yourself. You'll find the true answers. You'll find the truth. You'll find that authentic self, that original self, that you can be truly unique without feeling like you have to meet some other external standards to feel acceptance.
Okay. All right. So
You know what I mean?
my next question, man, is
I got you.
who holds the secrets, man?
You do.
You
You're the
do?
only one who holds the secrets at the end of the day. See, the system and the government, right, or the society, whatever you want to call it, right, this higher hierarchy or whatever, they're gonna try to tell you they holding the secrets. You know what I'm saying? Because the only reason why they, in theory, say they hold the secrets is because they hold us within a box. Metaphorically, mentally, spiritually, even physically in a sense. You know what I'm saying? People don't realize that, everybody running around like sheep being herded by flocks. You know what I'm saying? And who's going to be the one herded? It's obviously the ones who are the puppet masters pulling the strings. Everybody, they heard about that 1%, the elite, you know, but people don't realize that the true power comes within community, comes within collective, comes within unity. So if we're able to all come together, there really isn't no fear. And that is the only issue that's really going on with the world, I say personally, is we are so separated, not only on a physical sense within a community of all of our neighbors, all of our individual, other people that are on this planet, but we are separated from our true selves. And that is the reason why they only have the upper hand, is because the collective don't truly understand who they are or truly understand their true potential. So I'm here trying to help people awaken to their true potential, to who they can truly be, the true authentic self at their full potential. So that way we can all come together and actually stand our ground to this opposition that's been holding us down for way too long. Like, why do you think it seems so, like, I put it this way, like everybody be stressing that they have to work or they have to slave away to do all these different things and they feel like it shouldn't be this way, but everyone accepts it because it just seems so naturally and normal. That goes to show how long this has been a cycle, how long it's been going on, because that's how psychology works. That's how they hack your mind. They brainwash you through repetition. Why do you think there's so much of the same shit constantly on loop that is not actually helping us? It's holding us down. So we got to break those chains. We got to break those barriers and come together as a collective and push past this opposition so that way we can truly live in this state of harmony and bliss that is our God-given right. And if anybody has any opposition to that, I mean, then you clearly just on the opposition. And I highly tell you be cautious because we ain't fucking around, bro. We making real movements. Shit's happening.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. Yo, bro. So let me ask you this, man. Where'd you gain all this knowledge from, man? Like, was this something that you were taught when you were like growing up as a child, man?
Nah, bro. Like I said, all the answers are within, man. I had to dive deep within myself, face my own inner demons, face all of these, subconscious, hidden away experiences and memories. Like I said, like I'm blessed, I'm alive. I was able to have, enough to get me where I am now, right? But I ain't gonna say the journey was, a cakewalk. It wasn't easy. I went through a lot of hardcore, difficult experiences and traumas that, if it wasn't for me diving deep into myself, I wouldn't have been able to learn this shit. I still would have been, like I said, a sheep, being this person who's still sleeping, still being a pawn in the system's game without even acknowledging what's really going on around. You know what I'm saying? So it was with having to go through these difficult experiences that I felt so lost. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a lot of my own mental issues. So that's why I be expressing a lot about mental awareness. And Yeah, so it was because of these experiences that I had to find my own internal peace because I wasn't able to find it on an external level, you know, no matter what it was, even throughout creating music or trying to numb my traumas and my pains, like it didn't matter. I had to find my own internal peace and my own sanctuary of solitude. And that's when I had to, you know, awaken myself and start teaching myself because like ain't nobody teach me how to navigate through life. Like I never have a father, you know what I'm saying? So I had to teach myself every step of the way how to navigate around life and go through these experiences, go through trials and tribulations, you know, failure after failure till I learned what was going to actually work. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really be awakened until like I had to go through some of the hardest experiences. Like I was in high school trying to graduate, but I was homeless in the streets during blizzards and shit. So
Damn.
being in those, you know, oppositions and being in those obstacles that were placed in front of me, I had to find my own internal warrior and fight everything in my way and learn that you know, nothing's going to be handed to you. You got to fight for your right. You got to be the person to put in that action, put in that energy. You know, it's not just going to be placed in your lap. Like that was real life telling me with a reality slap of like experience. You know what I'm saying? So within that, that's what helped me learn like you can't be seeking externally for the answers. You got to look within because that's really where all the answers are. And that's where I learned all my knowledge, bro.
Yeah.
Also, meditation, man. I highly suggest to anybody meditation. That's the best way. You know, really be able to get in tune with yourself.
Man. All right, man. So let's move on, man. Let's move on to the third album, Moments and Memories, man.
Yeah, so like I said, I went through a lot of difficult situations. You know, Celestial Conscious was like the journey inward. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Moments and Memories is like we were already inside. You know, my own subconscious and being able to actually express about you know difficult experiences I went through or being in certain circumstances where I had to express myself. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to, you know, find that opportunity or walk through that doorway to lead me to the path that I'm on now. So, Moments and Memories was kind of like a very brief, but uh, I don't know. It's difficult to put in words on how I was trying to express myself because it was just so in the moment. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's moments and memories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, for sure, it'll definitely bring you inside my mind in a sense of like get to know what kind of been through, as well as how to navigate around it.
Yeah, man.
That was produced by DA as well, so shout out DA for coming through on another album to him as
life,
well. I appreciate that.
life is not what it seems.
Yeah, bro. That was definitely one of my favorite tracks I did last year. I ain't gonna lie. Uh, definitely was like brought me back to the core of why I make my music. You know what I'm saying? It was that state of expression, that state of therapeutic release. So like during that time, like I was battling a lot of you know, there's a lot of situations. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I was really lost. I was trying to figure out like what life was, you know what I'm saying? Because like everything just seemed like to be falling, you know, around me. Everything was crumbling, and I was trying to find my footing. And so the whole track kind of came out as like, you know, life is not what it seems. It's like, you know, I had a certain perspective of life, and I feel like everybody goes through this, right? So it's like you young, you go through life and you have this certain perception of how you think everything works, you know, whether it's everything revolves around you or everything revolves around the system, whether, you know, you go to school, get a job, go to college, you know, all this usual standardized bullshit, right? But for me, you know, I was lost. I didn't understand that. I wasn't trying to, you know, follow the sheep down that path, you know, so I had to really face that reality slap of like, yo, life really is not what it seems. Like, you know, what we perceive to be going on is not necessarily what the fuck is going on. Like, we have to actually see beyond the veil and see what's truly happening, you know, to understand the truth, you know, because if you're just going to believe what you see, then you're always going to be, you know, brainwashed for real.
Yeah,
Whereas
man.
you have to believe it to see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say that again. You either see it to believe it or you believe it to see it. You know what I'm saying? And that really
Yeah.
goes to show like you're either living from an external variable or you're living from an internal variable. So that's just a little bit of wisdom I can drop on the audience.
Yeah. Dedication and devotion.
For sure. So that one right there was a track actually dedicated to my baby mama, and the whole point of that was just to prove a fact of the matter of like, no matter what happens in life, I'm always devoted, I'm always dedicated to the circumstance or the situation I put myself into. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people can resonate with that because in this day and age, it's hard to find some real shit. Especially within an intimate relationship. So, if you're able to find that devotion, that dedication, hold on to that. Because you're not gonna always be able to find that.
Yeah. All right, man. So we'll get into more, man. But you know what I mean. We got, like I said, man. We have a lot of ground to cover, and you know what I mean. I don't know what your time. What time?
I got all night, man.
All right,
so
all right,
whatever
man.
you want to give the audience, I'm able to bless that. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man.
I was blessed with this journey.
So check this out, man. This is what I
It's
want to
good.
know. This is what the audience needs to know, man. Righteous Rebels, man, co-founder. What is this whole movement about, man?
Okay, so the Righteous Rebels, right? So when it first started out, it was actually just to be a community for artists, to come together and to help promote one another. That's how it started out. And before I knew it, there was so many great artists, like I said, like, all these different artists was coming together, after, the first 2 albums, I was able to see like, wow, we have like, an actual, extent of all these different, talents that's coming together. And when I was able to see that, I really was able to influence in the idea that, we're creating more than just this music. We're actually creating a movement, because it's not just, the vibe or, the emotion that we put into it. It's the actual knowledge and wisdom. It's that message. Like I said, like we're not just out here speaking, our mind. We're actually placing seeds, so when the audience is listening, they're getting this information, they're getting the, the ideas and the other, lessons they can be utilizing so that way they can help progress themselves. They can help find their true self, awaken themselves without feeling lost or feeling, brainwashed by the system. This movement is to go show like we're revolutionizing what life is. We're not going to be pawns to the system anymore. Like we all been there, we all done that, and we have found our ground. We found our stability and our footing, so we're not giving that up now. So it's like we're gonna die standing before we, live on our knees. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. And that's what the movement's about, is like we are the rebels. And we're the rebels of righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Like we're out here doing this on a righteous level. We're not here just being an anarchy trying to, create a whole bunch of destruction and all that. Like, nah. Like we're trying to revolutionize life because we see that like for too long, our people have been brainwashed and led in the wrong direction and have been literally manipulated to a point where everyone is so lost, everyone's so scared and so overwhelmed that like they can't even live in peace and harmony. Like that's why we came here for life. You know what I mean? We came to earth, whatever level you want to call it, spiritually, religiously, it don't matter. But we all came here to live life prosperously, to live it in peace and love, right? But there's this opposition, there's this force, this system, this higher anarchy that is trying to hold us down and keep us sleeping, keep us slaves for their own gain. And in my eyes, and a lot of other eyes, especially within all the whole rebels and that whole movement, we say, fuck that. We are free and we're going to stay free. And if they have a problem with that, they can come confront us because they're scared when we come by unified. For real. So we are growing. Believe it or not, the Righteous Rebels are already about 20 artists within a year. Next year, we're going to be at 50. We're going to keep growing and growing and growing. It's like the R0 effect, man. We're just going to multiply until, we win. Simple as that.
Yeah, man. All right, man. So, how many artists are in this movement, man? Like, I know we got Finaleyez. I know we got
Yeah. So we got in total right now we have 19 artists. And it is growing. We have a couple other ones who are almost at a point where they're ready. But I can name them all right now. So for our lyricist artists, we have Eyerap, Finaleyez, we got Mystery, M4S Ryan, we got Mad Lucy the Queen, we got Illegal, Agent Wordsmith, Brett the Hitman, Sir Haven, Empress Divinity, Valia, Nostradamus, the Don, and
Damn.
one of my newest recruits, Lewinsky Astral. Very underrated artist. I just found him recently. We did a collaboration. Fire track, very talented artist. And then for producers, we got DA on the beat. We got Jamrock on the beat. We got Shadow. We got Chaos Soap.
Man.
And yeah, we just growing. And I have to put in myself too, because I remember producing now. I actually just produced my full album, just released, Solar Vision. But we get to that.
Yeah. I'm like, don't say nothing about that, bro. We gotta say that for that, bro. All right, man. So I gotta ask you this one. Man.
Yeah, what's up?
How did you hook up with Shadow, man?
So Shadow was actually the first artist I actually collaborated with. So he was just starting out as well on Bandlab, right? He was putting out his beats and he was letting people fork them, you know what I'm saying? Put different remixes to him. And I was really, loving his his talent, his sound. He had a very unique sound I ain't heard of, but it also sounded very similar to a lot of professional artists I've listened to throughout the years. And so I did a couple different remixes on a couple beats. He started noticing, and he said, "Hey, yo, let's do a collaboration." And that's when we did our first collaboration, which honestly was one of my favorites. It's called Alchemy. And yeah, once we did that, man, that thing blew up almost overnight, man. Like everybody was loving it. It started trending on Bandlab. It had like 10,000 plus views. And so that definitely was one of my biggest tracks I put out last year for sure. That got the biggest feedback. And not only is Shadow just a really good producer, but he's actually a really good networker. You know what I'm saying? Like he really knows how to market and network his music and other artists. So if you ever want to work with him, I tell you what, you can really get yourself out there. So I highly suggest working with Shadow.
All right, man. Shout out to Shadow, man. And let me ask you this, man. All right. So you make the movement, man. Right after that, what happens, man?
So I made the movement. We all started coming together. We did the collaboration. So we had the first 2 albums we dropped. We were all, perfecting our craft at that point, working on our own work, really working on how we can progress, not only as a unit, but individually. And so we kind of was all doing our own thing for a little bit. And I did my next release, which was I want to say Astral Arc, right? I did that. That was my one of my first EPs I did on Bandlab. And it was a collaboration with Mad Lucy the Queen. She did some vocals on a couple tracks. But yeah, that was a pretty dope collaboration I did. But now when Righteous Rebels came together, we were kind of just chilling. Like we already knew what the word was, real recognized real. But we were kind of building up that energy, you know what I'm saying? Like working on our own individuality. So that way when we came together, there was no weak links. You know what I'm saying? We all had to put in that work and really, strengthen our own talent. So that way when we came together, there wasn't any flaws. I mean, everyone did their shit, man. Everyone did their thing. So, shout out to everybody in the Righteous Rebels, man. I appreciate y'all coming through and, really assisting the movement.
Yeah, man. So the first collective, man, debut album, Righteous Rebels Revolution, man. First song off the album, Speak Up, featuring Illegal.
Yeah, man. Illegal came strong on that one, bro. Shout out to Illegal, man. So that one was really making a statement of I feel like a lot of people don't speak up for themselves, a lot of people will bite their tongue. I mean, I'm a victim of that shit too, you know what I mean? I'm at a certain point in life where if I don't have nothing nice to say, I don't say it at all, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to put out that negative vibration. That's karmic debt, But there's a certain point where you have to stand your ground and actually speak up. You know what I mean? You got to speak up for yourself or speak up for a situation, because who knows what ripple effect that can happen. You know what I'm saying? If you don't speak up, what if actually something could happen worse? Or, you don't end up getting that opportunity that you probably wanted. So, Illegal and me definitely came through on that situation, and we spoke up.
All right, man. New Revolution, Mad Lucy the Queen, Finaleyez.
Yeah, that was a dope collaboration for sure. Yeah, that definitely was like a huge statement, I feel, for expression why we all came together to create this revolution. You know, it is the new revolution. We are all here to, show that we ain't gonna just settle and let ourselves be sleeping like puppets. You know what I'm saying? Like we cut those cords no longer to the puppeteer. And we definitely, showed that within this revolution that we created, you know, we're not here to play around. We're not here to have, passive movement, passive action. We're making it physically known that it's happening.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. All right, man. So, Spirit Drive, Eyerap, Finalize, M4S Ryan, and Mystery. How did you get all four collaborators on the same page, man? And man, it's only 2 minutes and 34 seconds, bro. You got to give us a whole rundown on this, man. How did you fit all this together, dog?
So, I mean, on the album, I knew that since we had so many different artists, and especially since it was our first collective album, I wanted to make something like a cipher in a sense.
Okay.
And so my thinking about it was, I wanted to get all the different artists who I thought could actually sound really dope together within their own sound that would flow, but yet stand out from one another. So, I mean, within Eyerap and Finalize, they have a very similar sound, but you can tell them apart within the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, And then when it came through with Mystery and M4S, like they're the same way. They sound like they have a very unique flow and style, but at the same time, it's very different. So when I hit them all up, I was like, yo, we got to get a cipher going. Like, we out here representing for the Righteous Rebels, we got to come strong with it. And they all did because, I mean, they all told their lyricists at the end of the day. That's why we were the movement and we're the Righteous Rebels. That's why, I put them on to the whole, situation we created. And yeah, they all came with it, man. Like I swear, every track they do, I am never disappointed. And like you said, there's always progression. There's always improvement, and that's what I love about bringing these artists together. Because, like I was talking to M4S recently, when we work together, not only do we help highlight and shine our own talents or our own uniqueness, but we actually motivate and boost each other to want to work harder, have more work ethic for it, to improve our lyricism or our flow, to try to be better. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just how a team is. You want to push each other to be better, and that's what they do, man. So that's how I know, we all out here watering each other. We're all helping each other grow. And I live by a certain, quote: if you ain't helping me grow, you gotta go.
Hell yeah.
And everybody's clearly working, man. So
yeah, man,
shout
definitely. All right, man. So we'll go to Righteous, Brett the Hitman, and Finalize. So let us know, how did you link with Brett the Hitman, man? Like, bro.
So I linked up with Brett through Final, right? So, like I said, Finalize is definitely the type of dude where, like, if we were a record label, man, he'd be an AR. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He'd be an A&R without a doubt. He knows how to find these artists and network with them and find them on the right beat to, collaborate. So, shout out to Final. Shout out to Brett the Hitman. And yeah, I think that was actually one of my first collaborations with Brett the Hitman too, because I haven't done much work with him. And honestly, hey, Brett the Hitman, we got to do more collaborations, man. All right, once you hear this, we gonna be working. Yeah. So we came together, finalized. Introduced me to Brett the Hitman, and we started chopping it up. Created the track Righteous, and yeah, before we knew it, man, that track just came out fire, bro.
Yeah, man. All right, man. So between state Agent Wordsmith.
Yeah, man. Agent Wordsmith. I mean, I don't even have to say much, man. His name says most of it. He is a wordsmith, bro. He is, he's an artist for sure. He is a painter with his words, my dude. And yeah, man. Like we came together, and he was trying to ask me like, what's up with the concept, between state. And it doesn't mean anything about, physically, right? It doesn't mean like we're between different states, within an actual, geographical, aspect. It's between state like of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Like you have different levels and states of consciousness, but you can be in a certain between state where you can be aware of multiple aspects and multiple levels. And that's what it was about, is having that between state of awareness Like I said, we're doing more than just this physical movement within the Righteous Rebel. There's a lot of mental and spiritual aspects to it. We have to strengthen ourselves for the movement, for that preparedness. And like I was telling you, bro, earlier before we linked up on this, success is when opportunity meets preparation. We are always working on our preparation because we know the opportunity is coming when we need to be ready for that movement, ready for that revolution, to be stepping up as the rebellion we are. So within that between state, it was really expressing that the more mental and spiritual aspect of what we're doing. We are in these different states of consciousness and evolutionary and evolving and elevating,
Yeah.
So
Man.
shout out to Agent Wordsmith, man.
All right, man. So this is what I'm saying, man. The same day you dropped Righteous Rebels Revolution, man. You come back to back and you drop Good Vibrations. Good Vibrations, man. Manifest Intent, Finaleyez, beats by you, bro. Manifest Intent, D-Stack, L Jazz Beats, Beetlejuice, Elevated, Lethal Needle, and Skinny Beats. Man, featuring with Sir Haven, Mystery, Maryland, Skinny Thin. Bro, this is what bro. I don't know, man. I'm lost for words. I don't even believe this is even happening, bro. Like, how, bro?
I mean, like I said, success happens when opportunity meets preparation. We were all prepared. The opportunity arrives, and we fucking took it. And I mean, that right there alone, that album is one of my personal favorite albums for the fact of the matter of that album almost didn't even get released, bro. Those were all tracks that were literally just sitting in the dust. They were just in a vault, right? And I was just going through old tracks, right, chopping it up with Finaleyez. I was like, yo, we made some dope collaborations over the year, you know what I mean? And then I found them and I started listening to them, but they were all flowing and meshing so nice and uniquely, but yet they were all different producers, all different artists. And I was like, yo, I gotta hit up Final real quick. I gotta see what he thinks about this. So I made a quick playlist, put it all together as like, a little rough draft of what an album would sound like, or even a mixtape. And he was like, yo, we gotta release this, bro. Like, this can't sit in the dust. And I was like, say no more. And since I already knew that we were releasing a collective for, the Righteous Rebels, I said, you know what? Let me release another album that is like a back-to-back. It's like a double combo. And that's what I did. I said, you know what? Here you go. Here's some classics that we were sitting on. And that's good vibrations because that's literally what we were feeling, man, when we dropped that album. It was all good vibrations, man.
Bro, it's a lot of work, man. It's real. This is like, you know what I mean? It's legendary right here. This is history in the making, man. And
I hope so, man.
It's unbelievable, man, that you're only we'll get into this later on, but man, 1 year, man. In 1 year, this man has done and put out content, man. Content after content. Alright, man. So Good Vibrations, man. Track number 2, Good Vibrations, produced by D-Stack. Yo, man, how did you even get D-Stack to even produce a song, bro?
So, when I first linked up with Final, right, he had his own little group going on called Lyrical Motivation, right? And I already kind of fucked with that type of deal, because you know how I'm about my lyricism as well as I'm trying to motivate, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just about this revolutionary action, I'm also about, actual inspiration, I want to actually, touch the hearts of people. And it was really dope collaboration because when I first, linked up with Final, he was introducing to me all these different artists he had within his groups. He had a track called Good Vibration. It was a beat that, nobody touched. And I was like, yo, I'm new. I want to hit something. And I seen that. And, obviously the name Good Vibration just stood out to me. I said, all right, fuck it. I'm going to take this beat real quick. Me and Finaleyez, we did a little collaboration on it. And that was one of our first tracks we did way, way back, bro, like early last year. And yeah, like I said, that shit was just sitting in the dust after we created it, man. Everyone was loving it. And I almost forgot about it. But when I found it, man, I was like, yo, we got to put this on here because not only is it a classic, it goes to show like a representation of the journey of like where we were to where we are now. But just to show like what our potential and our talent was already at that point. So shout out to Final, shout out to D-Stag.
Yeah, definitely, man. Return to Space, featuring Mystery, and L Jazz Beats, another legendary producer, man. And
Hmm.
where is L Jazz Beats from, anyways, man?
Honestly, I have no idea, bro. Like I've only done a couple collaborations with his beats. Like I said, I was working through Finalize with that one.
Okay, all right.
And yeah, I don't know much about El Jazz actually. I've only done a couple collaborations with him, but all I can tell you is from a production and quality standard, man. Like his work speaks for himself. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's
Yeah,
all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Shout
that's
out to
dope,
El
man.
Jazz.
L Jazz, you already know. All right, man. Maryland, man. Elevate.
Yeah, that was a dope beat. I think that's one of the only actual collaborations I've made. I might have one other one that's unreleased. But yeah, like I said, like most of these tracks, it was all early on in the journey for last year when I first linked up with Finalize. So he was introducing me to Maryland. And yeah, he's a really dope lyricist, man. I really like his vibe. He came with it with his own uniqueness, his own authenticity, and within just the message itself, elevate. Like that's what we doing. We out here elevating not only ourselves but our community, those around us. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
shout out to, Elevate, shout out to Maryland, Finalize, like we came with it. And honestly, that's a really dope track off the album.
Yeah, man. Mars, Skinny Finn.
Yeah, that was a dope one too, man. Yeah, Mars was really dope, man. I really like the vibe of that, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we hit a very deep topic that most people don't really speak upon. The aspect about like what's going on within the world nowadays, not only just within global warming or within where the world's health stands, but where the plan within the opposition is going. Like they out here trying to leave us here dip and just have us settle with whatever remnants of what they created. You know what I'm saying? So Mars is going to show like they have plans, but we see past that. We already preparing. We're 3 steps ahead.
All right. All right, man. So we'll get into Solar Vision 2022 at the end, bro, because that's recently released. But right now, man, I want to move it forward to something. All right, let me ask you this: what song inspired you the most?
Out of all my songs, or what?
Yeah, yeah.
Shit. Yeah, man, you gonna put me on a spot like that. I mean, that's a real hard one, bro. I mean, honestly, I was thinking about that not long ago. Not only just within my own work, I was trying to think like in general, like what's my favorite song? You know what I'm
Yeah, what's
saying?
your
Like what's
favorite
my
song,
favorite
man?
track? Yo, I don't think I have one, man. That's the thing. Like I love music so much. I love talent and just artistry and message and sound so much. Like it's really hard to pick a favorite because like it's all so good and it really all depends on the moment and the vibe I'm in. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right, all right, all right, man.
But yeah, I feel like that's what I really like about what I do as well is because, I don't just stick to one style or one, technique of delivery. Like I try to be versatile. So that way, like, even if you might not vibe with one track, you can might listen to another one and you might be like, oh, wow, this might be one of my new favorites. So
Yeah,
it goes to show like you have different audiences within the whole, catalog. So I appreciate that because with me, I listen to so many different genres. I've been inspired and motivated and influenced by so many different genres of music. I went from metal to hip hop to reggae to, dubstep and rave and all these different aspects, right? Like it's all over the place. But I can have, what's the word? Appreciation and gratitude because of what it brings. It brings its own vibe, its own authenticity and uniqueness to what it's delivering to its audience.
yeah.
And that's what I'm all about. So like I'm hitting my hip hop and rap now, but for all the true fans who's been with it and continue with this journey, best look out, man, because I'm gonna be switching up genres, bro. You ain't
All right,
even gonna know
all
what's
right,
gonna hit.
all right. Well, since we all right, man. You beat me to the punch, man. Because one of my questions I always ask every artist, man, is what the genre, man. Could you explore another? You said yes. So let me ask you, what genre would you be interested in?
I've always wanted to make reggae.
Reggae.
So I definitely plan on doing some reggae. Um, when I can start getting my vocals worked on more, because I'm more on my lyricism now, but I'm trying to make some, singing hooks. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make some R&B and soul because I like the vibe, man. I really like that energy.
Okay.
So I definitely want to get into some R&B and soul, some reggae. I'm working on my production when I get my new studio set up. I'm gonna be working on more electronic sounds. You know what I'm saying? I want to do more mixing like that, whether it's drum and bass or wubs or all that. So I definitely am looking to expand my horizon, my genres of outreach for sure.
All right, man. All right, dope. I'm definitely gonna be. Well, I definitely want you to send me one of your first songs you do in reggae so I can do a reaction to. But that's neither
I
here
got
nor
you, bro.
there. But music videos, man. What kind of music videos are we doing? How we doing this? Or is this something that's a goal of yours that you're trying to accomplish by the end of the year? Or this leading to 2023? Where we at right now with it, man?
So as you can see, I've been doing most of my content digital. I haven't been doing much videos like that, but I have been doing a lot of networking with videographers, out in different states, seeing what type of talent they're working with. I mean, it's definitely my goal. I want to start doing some music videos for sure. Um, I don't know if it's gonna be for old music though, or if it's just gonna be for the new stuff. So,
Bro,
it really is all gonna see what happens. I mean, I definitely have some visions where I want to do a lot of I don't want to call it anime, but I want to do some dope like cartoon type anime work that goes with my, videos and sounds. I think that would be really dope. So if I
so
can find the right artist to network with it, that'd be fine.
let me ask you this, man. With the anime, man, how are you gonna edit this? Like, are you drawing these out yourselves and making them, or is this gonna be like little clippings from animes, from different animes? I
Uh,
mean,
See, I mean that's the thing. Obviously, I want to make it myself for sure, but I don't have the software for that right now.
what kind of software do
And
you need?
I mean, I gotta get a whole new MacBook, man. My last laptop crashed on me, so I gotta get a new one. And I got to get the right software program. And I haven't done any of this type of, Photoshop and all this video editing in a long time. So I got to, brush back up on that as well. Cause I've been just constantly making music for the last couple
Okay.
of years.
All right, man.
But
All right.
yeah, and I'm definitely looking forward to making some videos, man.
Okay, man.
Audience be looking forward to that.
So let me ask you this, man. If you could shoot any music video, man, to any of your songs, which one would it be? You could have 5 of them. I'm gonna give you 5 at least.
Oh, 5 at least. I was about to say, I can't pick a favorite, man. Shit, 5 of them. Let me think. I mean, one off the top of my head, I definitely would love to do was Divine Flame off Celestial Conscious, produced by DA on the beat. So that track right there alone, like the whole production experience of that, like was just like it was crazy, bro. Like he just sent me a beat. It was just so crazy of a beat. I had to hit it on the spot. I wrote up a couple of verses for it on the spot, and it came out crazy. And the vibe is dope. So I definitely would love to do a video to that one. Let me think what else. I'm trying to think what's on my catalog on it. So extent. I think I definitely would like to do New Revolution off the Righteous Rebels Revolution. That would be a dope one for sure. Divinity off Solar Vision featuring Empress Divinity. That one definitely is gonna need a video. That one's really dope. Way Up. I think that won't be a dope one as well. Way Up featuring Mystery M4S Brian of Righteous Rebels Revolution. I don't know if that's 4 or 5, but I'm gonna stop it at there, man. Those would be just some dope off a whole bunch of lists. I mean, I could keep going on and on, but
All right.
off the top of my head, that's what I got.
All right, man. So, all right. So here we go with the next question, man. Concerts, man. Have you done any open mics? Have you opened up for any artists, man? Or is this something that we could find on YouTube? Maybe we look you up, see your live performances, or what are we looking at right now, man?
So I have not currently done any live performances. I've been locked inside a studio, so to speak, constantly creating. You know what I mean?
So
It is my goal. I do plan on doing live concerts. I've actually been networking and talking to different artists within even just my own movement, as well as other artists within different states that I'm already starting to network with. But I'm planning on with faith, getting a little tour going. My first ever tour. I want to get a little tour going within the East Coast, and do a little bit of live performancing. So that might happen this year. That might happen next year. But we'll see what happens. But live performances, without a doubt, is definitely coming one way or another.
all right, man. And bro, I'm telling you right now, man. When you start picking the ball up and it's rolling, dog, you gotta let me know, man, because I want to be there, bro.
I got you, bro. I'll make sure you
All
have
right.
a ticket, man.
All right, man. Check this out, man. So, Instagram Live, YouTube Live, Facebook Live. Have you ever been on live streaming platform marketing your music? And what ways do you find yourself doing it, man? Like, is there a specific platform that you prefer?
No, I have not actually done any live networking yet. I haven't put on myself live yet. Like I said, I've just been constantly focused on creating and networking with artists. I haven't really had the time to be putting myself out there like that. I'm honestly just starting to get to the point where I'm starting to market and network myself and put myself out there promotionally. But yeah, no, I'm definitely looking into different opportunities, different platforms I could be utilizing. But yeah, I'm kind of taking this step by step. I'm not letting myself be overwhelmed with, the goal at hand, because as you already know, man, I have a lot of plans. I've already expressed to you and a lot of others, like what's going to be going down in the future. So, I'm just making sure we got a constant flow, and, I'm not letting anything get too out of hand.
All right, man. All right, man. So I know this is going to be a question that you're probably not going to be able to pick one, but I'm gonna give you three. Give me three favorite collaborators, man.
Oh, come on, bro. How you gonna put me on the spot like that?
Hey, bro.
On, man. It's all good. I got you, man. I got you.
Righteous Rebels.
Well, first off, shout out to everyone in the Righteous Rebels. Please don't be mad at me if I don't call your name out, man. At the end of the day, I appreciate you all. We all got love.
Yo, bro. Hey, look, we gonna use Righteous Rebels as one, man. So go ahead and pick the next two.
Oh, so all of Righteous Rebels? All right, that's one choice. Okay, we can do that. I appreciate that, man. Shit, all right. People external to the Righteous Rebels I've worked with that I enjoy working with. All right, well, actually, yeah. I mean, I know he's new. He just joined the Righteous Rebels, but I gotta give some shout out to Lewinsky Astro, man. He's the newest recruit we got on the Righteous Rebels, but I mean, dog, I only worked with him one time, and I shit you not, that experience alone, like, we were just able to create magic on the spot, man. So, like, within able to see, an artist like that who can not only just keep up, but can also, match that vibe and that energy of creation. I appreciate that. So, Lewinsky Ashton, man, huge shout out to you. I know you new to the movement, man, but get ready, man. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of beats ready for you, bro. Shit, for my third, man. That's difficult, man, because everybody I be working with usually is all on the Righteous Rebels. I haven't been working with many external people, man.
Okay, all right. We'll leave it at that, then. We'll leave it at that. And then
I appreciate that, man.
This next question, though. All right, so future collaborators, who would you like to work with that you haven't worked with?
Oh man, so many people I could already shout out. But first things first, I'm gonna already give some shout outs to people that I already am about to do collaborations with, and I am doing collaborations with right now that people I haven't even heard of that I've worked with. So I got a couple people out in UK that I'm about to do some collaborations with. So shout out to London's Grimiest. They be making some really dope tracks, man. Like, I have to put some links in there, but yeah, London's Grimiest, man. He's a dude I'm about to do some work with. I'm doing some collaborations with some underground artists I've actually found on SoundCloud, a couple different vocalists, females. Honestly, I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Apologies for that. I gotta look through my IG to see that. Yeah, I got some dope collaborators coming. But for collaborations that I want to do, and I'm already like really gearing to that manifestation, man. I mean, first things first, I think one of my biggest persons I'd love to do a collaboration with is Joey Badass, man. Like, if I can get a collaboration with you, man, we're gonna make something fire, man. For sure, Snoop Dogg. If I can get Snoop Dogg, man, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Shout out to Order Prophet. I'm trying to get a collaboration with him. Leo Dynasty, get a collaboration with him as well. Issa Gold, Third Eye Indigo, Free Soul, Nick Jenkins. Definitely want to get a collaboration with you. Kirk Knight and Nick Caution from Pro Era. Definitely got to get a collaboration with them too. Illuminati Congo. Definitely a dope artist I'd love to work with. When I start making reggae though, I want to definitely get a track with Damian Jr. Gong Marley, man, because he's a legend, man. Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah.
And,
all right, man.
I'm shooting for the stars, you know what I mean?
All right, man. So let me ask you this, man. If you could collaborate with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Bob Marley.
Bro, I knew you
And
were gonna say that.
I don't even have to explain why. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's Bob Marley, for sure.
Yeah, bro, that's dope.
You know
man.
what I mean?
That's dope, man. All right, man. So let me ask you this, man. What best advice could you give the youth right now, man? If you could tell the youth something, what would it be?
Honestly, I'm gonna give some wisdom for the youth, and not only just for the youth. I'm gonna give wisdom for the world, man, because I feel like everybody need to know this, and people don't be teaching this shit, and it's the problem with the world. For everybody, man, learn to love yourself.
Amen.
Stop trying to look externally for acceptance or love from this external source. You know what I'm saying? You have everything you need within yourself. All right. So if you're thinking you need acceptance from somebody else, fuck that. Jump inside your own self, dive within, and face your obstacles.
Amen.
Face your demons, man. Because if you're not able to love yourself, you will never be able to love anybody else. Therefore, you will be the weak link, and you will be the reason why every relationship crumbles. So learn to love yourself. Because I promise you, when you're at a point where you love yourself, your vibe attracts your tribe. Therefore, you will be placed with that perfect match. You know, everybody running around trying to find love and trying to find experiences to make themselves feel whole. Stop. You are already whole. You are already complete. There is nothing else you need to add to yourself besides love. Love yourself. All right?
Amen.
That's it. That's the only thing I could possibly give advice for, man.
All right, man. So here's one of the hardest questions I ask every artist, man, and some of them don't even give me an answer, but I'm hoping you do, man. Favorite lyric, favorite bar in a song?
You know what? I have to say the first one that came to the top of my head. Like I said, I don't have a favorite song, but it definitely is within one of my favorite songs. So it's a track by Free Soul, featuring oh man, why can't I think of this dude's name? Hold up. I gotta pull this up real quick, man, because I have to have that. Hold up. Give me one moment, bro. Apologies, man. I gotta remember what the name is.
Hey, bro. We're gonna cut this out anyways if we have to, if you know what I mean. But hey, bro.
No, I got it right here. I found it. I got it, bro.
All
right. All right. So it's one of my favorite songs, man. It's called "Fertile Soil." It's by Free Soul featuring Londrell, and pretty much Londrell says you gotta feel it to heal it, right? And right there alone, like it's small, it's very compact, like it's very subtle, but right there alone is literally like the advice I was just giving, bro. Because if you don't feel it, you don't feel whatever you're going through, you're never going to heal it. You're never going to get past that obstacle, right? That's just breaking down what he's saying. So, like, you got to feel it to heal it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, for everybody who's going through a difficult time, whether they hurt, they're going through pain or traumas, or they just lost, man, you got to feel this, bro. You got to feel this moment right now. You got to feel this experience you're going through. Because once you feel it, you're going to understand it. And when you understand it, therefore, you have an ability to control the outcome of the circumstance and navigate and coordinate accordingly. So yeah, that definitely gotta be one of my favorite bars right now. You know, you gotta feel it to heal it.
All right, man. So, what ways have you found to market your music, man, to get it out there for the people to listen, for the people to stream?
So first thing, huge shout out to Bandlab. You know what I mean? Like I said, I first started out just using that, the recording platform side of it. Using the Cakewalk DAW on it. But yeah, huge shout out to Bandlab. They got the other half of it. The social platform, being able to not network and market yourself within other artists and other audiences and fans. So definitely Bandlab is a good platform. I suggest any artist or even somebody who enjoys listening to underground music. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of talent out there that's being unrecognized that deserves more recognition, so that's what it's all about. So huge shout out to Bandlab. I'll be using that for good networking, promotion, and marketing. YouTube for sure. So I highly suggest every artist who isn't doing it and is independent or unsigned, look for like free review music shows. You know what I'm saying? Like there's all these different people who do podcasts. And literally like spend like 3 to 5 hours of just listening to all these underground artists' work that isn't getting recognition or isn't getting promotion. That they'll send these people emails of their tracks or their unreleased work, and not only will they be able to get that that spinach to be able to get played or recognized or viewed, but they'll actually give you tips, give you pointers on how to influence your music better or how to work your music in a way that you can be able to make progression, make it better, make the quality improve. You know what I'm saying? So definitely look into YouTube, because a lot of people are doing podcasts and trying to make a brand and word for themselves and name for themselves, but they also doing that in a way where they're trying to help everyone else grow. They're trying to build communities too. So definitely use YouTube, man. Look for opportunities and communities that people be building, because there's opportunities all around us, man. You just gotta be prepared to take it.
Yeah. All right, man. 2022, man. The start of a new year, man. First quarter, man. What are the goals? What are the accomplishments you want to have done by the end of the year?
By the end of the year, I think my biggest goal is to get my studio set up in a sense where I can really start working on my production quality and my production aspects more. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've always been on my lyricism. I've always been on my networking of collaborations and working with other artists. But I'm at a point now where I realize, like, although like I have my words down, I got my writing and lyricism and flow down, I got to work on my own production wise, because at the end of the day, some of the best artists that are out there not only are making tracks, but they're also producing beats too. You know what I'm saying? So I've done a couple of my own work producing my beats, including, my first album I dropped this year, Solar Vision. I produced that album there. So coming from, working with like, legendary producers on the lab, such as DA, LJ, my bad, what is his name? L Jazz, thank you, bro. Like L Jazz and them, you know what I mean? Like being able to have those collaborations helped influence me to see like, okay, let me start working on my beats. Let me start working on my producing. So that's definitely my number one goal for this year, besides like, the business aspects of, the revolution that we creating. But yeah, for sure, man. Once I get my studio set up, I'm gonna be working on my production value and quality 100% more, man. And I highly suggest every artist to work on it, because we all have talent, we all have potential, but we have to perfect it. And one of the biggest obstacles I feel every artist faces is their production. You know what I'm saying? You can have your content and your talent and all these different, traits and characteristics that make you unique, right? But if you're not making that sound quality, your fans aren't going to listen. They're not going to want to be engaged. They're going to be like, oh, let me just skip this and get to the next track that I can vibe with. Like, and I have that happen to my music all the time. I'll be making fire tracks and I'll be like, yo, this is great, but my production be off. So then I'll be like, shit, why am I not getting recognized? Why is this not getting played? So then, I'll figure this out, realize like, okay, I got to work on this, or I got to adjust that. You know what I'm saying? So production is my number one goal for this year.
All right, man. So let me ask you this, man. Has anybody ever reached out, and it could have been through a message, a DM, Instagram, Bandlab, anywhere, man, or even through your lifetime, through your childhood, man? What is the number one advice that's always stuck through you, and maybe it helped you through your music too?
Honestly, I have to say shout out to my older brother, bro, because he told me some of the realest shit, right? So like I said, like I was going through a difficult time when I was trying to graduate, right? I was homeless in the streets, right? And he told me, because like me, I'm a very stubborn man, you know what I mean? Like I take care of my own. Like I don't ask for handouts because I've never gotten handouts like that. You know what I'm saying? So I grind and get my own. But then I was in a certain position where I wasn't able to get my own. I had nothing, literally nothing. I barely had clothes on my back because I was the type of person, if I had only this one shirt, I would still give it off my back and give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how I was. And yeah. So one of the best advice he ever told me was closed mouths don't get fed. You know what I mean? And I actually put that in one of my first tracks off my first album. I think I say I think I say something like my brother told me closed mouths don't get fed, something like that, right? So that's definitely one of the biggest advice I've been influenced by. And I remember that because at the end of the day, we all be trying to do everything on our own because we all so separated. We all, not in unison with our community, with this collective. Like we're all here and connected, right, within a collective conscious level, but we still all trying to do this independently. Don't get me wrong, independence is key. We all have to be independent. But if we ain't helping each other grow, you know what I'm saying? We're all going to be lost in our own reality. Whereas, closed mouths don't get fed. You got to speak up because otherwise you're just going to struggle. You know what I'm saying? You never know what type of opportunity can come to you, and that's just kind of ironic because, like the first track on Righteous Rebels Revolution, speak up. You know what I'm saying? So it goes in unison with that.
Yeah, man. All right, man. So with that advice, love yourself and closed mouths don't get fed. Would you use that same advice to any upcoming artists around your area that's trying to do the same exact thing that you're trying to push out right now, man?
100%, man. Not only just for artists or people in my area, I suggest that for everybody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not the smartest person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not academically, certified through colleges and all these different, diplomas or whatever you want to call it. But at the same time, I have life experience. I have life knowledge and, shit I've been through that I've learned that, if you don't learn your lessons, you're never going to grow. You're going to be stuck in that same situation until you
same cycle.
Move forward. Exactly. So I learned through that. I learned through repetition, through those cycles of like, how do I break these patterns? How do I break this cycle chain? And that's what I did. So like any knowledge that I be giving out, it isn't just directed towards one group or one individual. It's directed to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm out here speaking to the world, the whole, everything. Cause I'm not here just to, like, don't get me wrong. Like when I want someone to listen to my music, I want them to think like I'm speaking to you directly because I am. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, don't think that, you're singled out. Everybody's going through the same shit. It's just we going through it in our own way, for our own way to strengthen ourselves.
Yeah. All right, man. So Solar Vision 2022. You dropped this February 22nd, 2022. Man, you produced the album, man. Break it down, man, from start to finish, man.
Yeah, so I first dabbled with producing, right? And mind you, I want everybody to know, man, like I said, like I don't even have my studio set up. So I'll be making everything off my phone, bro, right?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, everything is done off my phone right now. So that's why I'm saying I'm working on my production quality because I know it can be better. I know that software that I'm working on isn't the best potential, but I'm getting there. So that's all that matters. But yeah, so Solar Vision, right? So I had probably about 6-7 beats that I made. They were all like, lo-fi boom bap, space type beats, right? Very vibey. And at that point, Righteous Rebels was already starting. I was, working on my production, messing around. And I was sitting on these beats, and then after a while, I linked up with M4 as Ryan. We were chopping it up. And I was like, yo, let's get a collaboration. I was like, let me find some beats. And, I was digging through, my vault and I found them. And I was like, oh, word, let's make some collaboration. And like I said, I really like working with these artists because they're going to be the type of people to try to, push you forward and make you work harder or improve yourself even more than you thought you could individually. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I love doing collaboration channels. Yeah, so me and him were just working on a couple tracks. We were going back and forth, bar for bar in a sense on some like Method Man, Redman type shit. So it was definitely pretty dope vibe. And yeah, so we probably like banged out about like 6, 7 tracks within like a couple of nights. So we were just flying through it, and I was like, "Yo, let's make a fucking album out of this." And we're like, "All right, let's get it." So he made it. He made like 2 beats. I want to say it was the first beat, the intro, Music Manifest. He made that beat. And then Rough Rider, he made that beat as well. Everything else I did.
Man.
Yeah, so he made a couple beats, and then I made the rest of the album for the beats, and then we put it together, and we just started fucking banging it out, bro. And dude, I tell you now, like by the time we finished, we're like, damn, this is a classic. Like I don't know how we just did this, but at the end of the day, we were grateful because I mean, the quality of the production was on point, and it really was like a journey throughout this. Not only the listening of it, but within our own actual uh quality or professional improvement. Like it can really show the emphasis of like we improving and getting better with every track. So shout out to M4S Ryan, man. We definitely came strong with that track, man. With that album. Shout out to you all.
Yeah, man. Yesterday, Solar Vision 2/22/2022. You already know.
Oh
man.
shit, was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Yo, I've been so busy,
Tuesday,
man. Like I'm
man.
losing track of days, bro. That's crazy. That was yesterday.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So definitely, man. Bro, another banger. You know what I mean? And we're not gonna go through we're not gonna go through the playlist right now because you know what I mean. We want them to go listen to that. We went through the other playlists, but let them go stream it. Let them go find out for themselves. Exactly. And man, from here on out, Manifest Intent. What can the audience expect from you from here on out? What is the future got planned for you, man?
Shit, man. Well, like I've always said from the beginning, man, we only going up. You know what I mean? We only going up. So best believe not only is our quality going to be improved in our own vibe and our own lyricism and technique and delivery, within our home production going to be like improved, but you're going to see a whole different vibe because like I said, I'm working on some new collaborations, man, external to the Righteous Rebels that they're going to be really dope, man. So I'm working on that versatility of sound, man. I'm hoping to really bring, audiences together from all over the world, man. Like, we collaborating and networking of a community and reminding people like, we're not separated. We're not this country or that country or this block or that block. Like we're unified. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really working with all these different artists, very talented people, to bring a new sound, a new vibe, and a new message, especially. You know what I'm saying? Because everything I spoke of is everything prior I was going through. Now I'm going to start speaking on real shit now. So I'm hoping that the messages I'm going to be bringing to y'all, are really going to help and influence you guys to, not only seek to better yourself, but to better the community we in. You know what I'm saying? Because we only as strong as our community. Like they always tell us when we're young, like you are the people you hang out with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You either going to be to yourself isolated in solitude, separated, or you're going to work on yourself to work on your community. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, man.
So I definitely look forward to giving y'all some good shit, man.
All right, man. So is there anything in the interview that I missed that we didn't touch on that you want to speak on right now, man?
Man, I don't know, man. Honestly, I appreciate you, bro, because you really gave an opportunity for me to really, express myself and speak on this journey that I've been so full throttle on. Honestly, I can't think of anything that you really haven't touched up on, man. If you have anything, I mean, go for it. But yeah. I think at this point, it's kind of on the audience. You know what I'm saying? We really dished out a lot of information for them to not only investigate further within, like, the music that I'm putting out, but like I said, the messages. Let them investigate further within themselves. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I think we can kind of go from there.
Man, give us your special shout outs, man, and your final words, and then go ahead and plug in all your social media outlets. Let everyone know where they can find you and follow you and subscribe to your YouTube channel, all that good stuff, man.
I got you, bro. All right, well, first thing, shout out to you, homie. You know what I mean? Shout out to SKS. Shout out to Strictly for the Music for giving me this opportunity to let me speak up on myself, on my journey, on my, craft. Huge shout out to you, bro. What you doing? Everybody, link up with him, man. He really out here making moves for everybody, man. He trying to help you grow, help us all move. Shout out to Righteous Rebel. Shout out to Eyerap, Finaleyez, DA on the beat, Mystery, M4S Ryan, Jamrock on the beat, Shadow, Mad Lucy the Queen, Illegal, SKN, Agent Wordsmith, Brett the Hitman, Sir Haven, Empress Divinity, Valia, Nostradamus the Dawn, Chaos Soap, Lewinsky Astral. Huge shout out to all Righteous Rebels. Shout out to every artist that's out there who's creating. Even if you don't think your music's good, even if you think your production's trash, keep creating, man. Keep enjoying it because at the end of the day, it's expression, it's therapy, and we just having fun with it, man. It's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Have fun. So for everybody, man, shout out to the whole world. Shout out to everybody who's trying to make a difference, man. We out here. We're not alone, all right? We all together, unified.
All right, man. Final words. You got social media outlets. Plug that all in, man. Straight up.
Yeah. So you can find me on pretty much every music platform, anywhere from Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. I go by Manifest Intent, MANIFESTINTENT. Manifest Intent. You can find me on YouTube going by Manifest Intent Topic because we're a topic of discussion. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, I don't really have to say much more. Like, it's really on the audience, man. Like, I can place the seed. Y'all gotta let it water and grow, man. You want to see the harvest, man. Fruit to the labor.
You already know, man. This is Strictly for the Music podcast. Don't forget, Solar Vision dropped yesterday, February 22nd, 2022. This is history in the making. And like the man said, man, he got a lot more things coming in the works right now. You know what I mean? Bigger studio, bigger things going. You know what I mean? The process. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Links will be in the description down below. Make sure you follow him on his Instagram. Go to Bandlab. Make sure you go to follow. Track list, playlist, all that good stuff will be released on Bandlab first, correct?
Yeah, most of my stuff released on Bandlab first, but I'm also working with my distributor. I'll be putting my music on all platforms. So anything that's new and gets released will usually go to Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube first. Bandlab is more for my collaborations at that point.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Manifest Intent. This is Strictly for the Music podcast.